Yes, people, welcome to Man Knows Football. You're here with myself, Guni, and yes, I've got a huge, shameless smile on my face because for the first time in ages, 3 consecutive losses, Chelsea finally get a win, and a much-needed win in the Premier League where we were free-falling like a stone from the top of the Empire State Building, and that is very, very high up, people, if you don't know. I've got to say a massive thank you to all of you that have been supporting the channel. I asked you lot for 15k to help me get there yesterday, and we have absolutely smashed it by over 100 or so. So that goes to show how much love that you lot are showing for the channel. Appreciate it, appreciate every single one of you. Big up to everybody that joined the memberships. I'm definitely going to give you lot your shout outs on the next live that I do. I haven't forgot about you, but big up everyone that's joined the membership. And if you haven't already, just hit that join button. There's something that's there for everybody. And also as well, smash that thumbs up. Leave your thoughts in the comments. All of that good stuff. You get me? Let me know your thoughts on today. Let me know your thoughts about the new signing. Yeah, the new signings. Because there was more than one new signing today. One played. One was announced, so you let me know about that. So, let's get into today's W. Oh, I feel so good to say that. Chelsea hosted Crystal Palace at Stamford Bridge for this Premier League battle. A must-win. 3 points needed for Chelsea. And listen, the boys didn't disappoint, but I'm going to start off with the lineup because I did definitely have my doubts before the game. Kepa in goal, Chalobah, Thiago Silva, Badiashile and Hall. I was a little bit worried about Chalobah playing right back. I thought he was going to have a bit of a tough time against either Elise or Zaha. As you know, Crystal Palace have a very fluid attack, so they like to float in between positions. Between that front three, I thought he was going to suffer there. But you know what? To be fair on Chalobah, I thought he done all right. As of now, I feel like he should definitely deputise to Reece James as right back because we saw when Aspi came on, he had me worried. I actually thought he was going to give away something stupid like a penalty. He looked very, very erratic when he came on. But also, that's just him picking up the rhythm of the game too. But still, I did think that Chalobah had a decent game today. I don't think he was terrible. You get me? All things considered, not quite his natural position, but I thought he deputised well. I'm going to leave Badiashile till last because I feel like he deserves his own little segment. I was very impressed by his performance today, so we're going to talk about that on its own. Obviously, Lewis Hall today, not going to lie, with him, I thought he started the game quite shaky. Do you know what I mean? I thought he was losing the ball quite cheaply. But he did grow into the game a lot more and really did pose an attacking threat and was key to everything that we did going forward while he was on the pitch, man. So, fair play to Lewis Hall. Did grow in confidence, did grow into the game. But obviously, as we go through this preview, post-match, we'll get into that as well. Midfield 3, Jorginho, Chukwuemeka, Gallagher. Had my concerns about Chukwuemeka playing next to Jorginho, but in that midfield 3, he was playing on that left side, which is his natural position. Gallagher playing on that right side, which is one of the positions that he is also familiar with playing. And Jorginho, obviously, in the centre of that midfield. In front of them is where I had the most concerns because we know with those three of them, Mount, Havertz and Ziyech, they're not the most prolific. Ziyech, obviously, we're not asking him to score goals, at least create something, but Havertz, very hit and miss. Mason Mount, we know what his job is, very much to come back and drop into that midfield, also contribute to the attack as well, which I thought we done all right today. Let's get into the first half. I thought we started off excellently. We came flying out of the blocks. We put the pressure on Crystal Palace. We kept them pinned into their own half. Lewis Hall was excellent today, really going forward and testing their fullback as well, testing their midfielder, not allowing Elise to drift far up the pitch because of his attacking threat and was really driving down that side. I felt that he should have scored. Lewis Hall definitely had an opportunity to score. This is what I will say about him though. Great going forward, excellent threat going forward, brave, confident, and the brilliant thing that I love about him is that he doesn't get fazed when he makes mistakes. Today was really the day where we saw him under a bit of an adversity, coming up against very tricky wingers and also as well being dispossessed by a very good fullback. But he didn't let that deter him. He carried on with the game, grew in confidence, got into excellent positions going forward. I don't know if what he was doing was a shot or a cross, but one thing I do know is that Lewis Hall can't be missing these opportunities much longer. This is like, he should have had 4 or 5 goals by now for Chelsea. Yes, I get he's 18, he's young. Give him more games and perhaps he'll iron that out of his game. He'll be a lot more clinical, a lot more decisive in front of goal. But definitely should have scored, and I think he came off with that in the back of his mind. But outside of that, definitely one of our bright sparks in the team. I thought he was an excellent attacking threat on that left side. I thought he linked up well with Chukwuemeka, who also I thought had a good game, done his defensive duties pretty well. But we dominated Crystal Palace for like the first 20 or so minutes, created opportunities, were flashing balls across the box. Unfortunately, none of them were converted. The same issues that we hear at Chelsea Football Club. Kai Havertz today could have had a hat-trick if we're honest. Done everything else, I thought he did okay. I thought he linked up play well. I thought he picked up positions well. And I even thought that he made correct decisions in terms of his passing. A lot more correct decisions than he did in his last game. Something I had to complain about in my previous video. But in front of goal, for me, he wasn't clinical enough. Although he did get the winning goal, he should have definitely come away with 2 or 3. One opportunity that I can think of is a header where he comes into the box, gets underneath the ball, therefore puts it over. Definitely should have been in the back of the net. But obviously he does get his goal in the second half, but also misses another sitter in the second half, which we're going to get into. One of my major concerns in every single game is our midfield, and I thought the 3 of them done well. Chukwuemeka, Conor Gallagher in particular, I thought today was probably one of the best games I've seen him play for Chelsea. Jorginho, all things considered, I thought he done okay. He wasn't terrible. Do you know what I mean? I thought, in fact, you know what, to be fair on him, he was all right with that midfield. Gallagher was excellent, man. He was everywhere in terms of contributing in all phases of play, man. Defensive-wise, making them last-ditch tackles, really doing the dirty work in that midfield. Yes, he gave away fouls. Yes, he got booked, but that's an area where these things are going to happen. Didn't need to foul the guy to get the booking, but probably out of frustration because he was being fouled several times, and that just shows our player getting on the ball so much. Not only was he defending for his life, he was also trying to contribute towards getting a goal, trying to make those runs in behind that defence, trying to play the balls to do so, really trying to advance play forward, man. Something that we've been desperate to see. But this performance, can we put it down to Conor Gallagher playing in his natural position? I'm also going to put it down to a little bit of Crystal Palace. They didn't really press us as much as they really should have. They let us play around a little bit. They let us get comfortable on the ball. They let Jorginho spray passes around, man, which he done well and under no pressure. He done that well, to be fair. So Palace, for me, at times were a little underwhelming. But when Palace were on the front foot, they looked dangerous. 100% they looked dangerous. They did their best to pin us back when it was their time. I thought Elise linked up well with Zaha. I thought Hughes played well as well. And I thought that Decore guy, although he was lucky to stay on the pitch, played well. Could have had an absolute screamer by the end of the game as well. But great save from our goalkeeper, Kepa. Our defence today, for me, was excellent. They were asked to play several different systems. We saw it go from a back 5 to from a back 4 to a back 5 at times, back to the back 4. So they were very tactically flexible. Badiashile, for me, massively impressed by him. To those of you that have been subscribed to the channel, you may have seen a video where I was talking about Badiashile. I had a small sample size of games that I've watched of him prior to obviously kicking ball for Chelsea. And I did say, go back and check, I did say he looks very composed for his age, technically sound as well, doesn't look phased under pressure on the ball, and also as well, his balls forward, his progressive balls, excellent. Aerially dominant as well. Won 5 out of 6 of his headers today, I believe. Won a lot of his aerial duels as well. Looks like a very shrewd signing on first look. Obviously, we need to see him play a lot more. But today, I was 1000% encouraged by what I saw. I'm very happy with that signing so far. But I'm not going to get too carried away. Let's see how it goes over the season. I thought the partner next to him, Thiago Silva, as always, was Rolls Royce. Stood up when it was counted for. Those moments of pressure, made key tackles, key interceptions to stop Crystal Palace from scoring, winning his aerial duels as well. Almost got on the score sheet as well, to be fair on him. Took a very controlled left foot. It was either a volley or a shot, one of the two, but forced a good save from Guaita. But really, we should have gone into that second half at least 1 or 2-0 up. Lewis definitely should have scored, and Kai Havertz should have scored a header that he missed that went over the bar. Second half, Crystal Palace were a lot more aggressive than they were in the first half. They came out, it was their turn to pin us back and put the pressure on us. Were getting in behind those duels in the fullback areas. They were quite tight. Obviously, Zaha had these battles with Badiashile and Lewis Hall, winning some of them, losing some of them. Same on that left side, Olise or Zaha, whoever it were on one of those two sides. It was a good battle. I thought Trevor Chalobah done well. I also have to rate Ziyech, his work rate today, to come back and help Chalobah was great as well. I thought Ziyech had a good game in all areas, in all phases of the game. Came back defensively, contributing forwards as well in terms of chances that he was trying to create, trying to beat his man as well. There was a lovely bit of play on the byline, where he skilled up his man and went for the cutback, but unfortunately nobody was there. But he showed confidence today. His corners were excellent. His set-piece delivery today were excellent, on point, man. So fair play to Ziyech. But defensively, we were strong. Everybody was defending as a unit. Everybody played for the shirt today, which was beautiful to see. Conor Gallagher as well, putting himself about everywhere, was key in that midfield battle for us today. So like I said, exciting things that I saw today. Lots and lots of positives. The disappointing side, obviously, were the finishes. 64th minute, we did get our goal. Kai Havertz with a good header, a more difficult one than the one he should have scored the first time round, but he still got his goal, celebrated, showed how much it meant to him and how much it meant to the fans, because it's been so long since we've seen a goal, since we've had anything positive with this team. Do you know what I mean? So it was nice to see that. But Kai again could have had a hat-trick. Another ball flashed in, I believe it was Mason Mount, again robbed of another assist, flashes a ball in, header right in front of an open goal. Unfortunately, Kai's not able to put it away. And the worst thing about it is Aubameyang was at the back stick for the tap-in. So if he had left it, Aubameyang definitely would have scored. And from then on, Crystal Palace paid attention to the warning signs and really got on the ball, and they ran at us. At this point, it was getting a bit too easy for them to bypass the midfield. Some substitutions were made at this point. I was very concerned when Graham Potter put Koulibaly on that left back position, and then in that right back position, obviously we had Trevor Chalobah. I was quite concerned. I thought Koulibaly was going to struggle with the likes of Zaha and them man on that side, and Mitchell and them boys on that side, you get me? But he done good. There was one interception that he made that was key, because he cut out a cross where if he didn't, there was a Palace man open and was ready to put it in the back of the net. So good thing that he did. So I thought everybody as a collective done well. Kepa started off shaky but made two great saves. The Olise one, everyone's saying is a world-class save, but for me it looks like it was a good save, good reaction, good awareness, but it wasn't world-class for me. I would have been disappointed had Olise had scored that, but still, good save nonetheless. The world-class one for me was the Decore volley, because he saw that late and reacted to it late, so still made the save. Kepa was key today. Without him, potentially, we could have lost this game. 100% we could have lost this game, because we were definitely not taking the opportunities that were up front. But Palace, like I said, squeaky bum time, man. 7 minutes of stoppage time, and they used every single minute of it to put pressure on us. Us fans hated it. But with solid defending, we got through it. Last-ditch tackles from Trevor Chalobah, your Thiago Silva's aerial wins from Badiashile, etc., etc. So it was great, man. After that final whistle, I actually let out a massive shout in relief. I was really happy. Look, I know there's still lots to build on. Obviously, we got the halftime announcement of Mudryk. I'm not going to stay on that too long, because I've done a video yesterday that was basically saying Mudryk's coming to the club. Now today it's been official, but if you haven't seen it, I'll link it in this video. Make sure you go back and check that out. So good times, man. Let's hope we address the midfield situation over the next coming days. But people, what do you think of the game today? Are you happy with finally getting 3 points on the board? Badiashile's debut performance. Who are other outstanding performers for you today in the team, man? Let me know. But 3 points today, I am happy. Hopefully we get 3 points in our next game. But people, as always, stay safe. Up the Chelsea. Bless up.